What is good, YouTube? This is Deeker Jones here, and today I wanted to bring you a video outlining 5 great unique items that can be found in Fallout 4. These items will focus on things that can be found early on in the game, pretty much right out of the vault, and will help your early gameplay go a whole lot smoother. To kick things off here, I would like to thank subscriber Philip Fetty for the suggestion on this video, and I would like to encourage more people to comment suggestions on ideas that they feel will make great videos for the future. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the topic of the day. Now the first item that I would like to cover is none other than the Cryolator. We can't have a top 5 list without bringing this one up, especially as far as early gameplay is concerned. What helps to make this weapon so strong is that it is both powerful offensively as well as defensively. As you can see in the footage here, it has the ability to freeze enemies dead in their tracks, as well as doing a significant amount of damage given the fact that it's a flamer base with the cryogenic modification added to it. There is no other weapon like this in the game. If you wish to obtain this item legit, you'll have to wait until either level 18 whenever you have the ability to pick Master Locks yourself, or you will have to take a companion such as Kate or McCready back to Vault 111 who can pick Master Locks for you. However, in this video series, we're focusing on how to get stuff early, so you're going to want to use Dogmeat and take him back to Vault 111 and have him snatch it right through the case. So once you are here in the Overseer's office, you're going to want to command Dogmeat to stand inside this little caged area and then tell him to search for items. You do that by talking to him, select Fetch, select items. He'll then turn around and simply grab the item right out of the case and then drop it on the floor for you. Ain't he wonderful? Also, do not forget that Dogmeat will have pulled 200 cryocell ammo out of the case with him, but it's on his person, so you're going to need to initiate a trade with him and actually take that ammo. Now, the modifications that can be done to this weapon are extremely limited. Of those, you can modify the sight to a glow sight, and you can add a recoil compensating stock. But most importantly is your choice of barrels. In the background video that you're seeing here, I'm showing you the difference between the standard barrel and the crystallized barrel. The crystallized barrel adds an additional 20 energy damage to your base damage, as well as a minor boost to the base damage. But it also turns your projectiles into these little arcing snowballs that can be rather difficult to aim. It is best utilized in VATS for its ease of hitting the target as well as conserving ammo. The additional damage makes a significant difference, but some people might prefer to stay out of VATS, in which case I would probably suggest the standard barrel as it's easier to aim when things are bearing down on you. When you do aim down the sights, I would strongly suggest that you aim low, aim towards the feet, so that the kickback of the weapon actually carries your projectiles up through the center mass of your target. Now the main 2 perks that are going to scale the damage for your Cryolator are going to be Heavy Gunner, which works no matter what, as well as Demolition Expert, which will only scale the damage if you are using the crystallized barrel. And aside from those 2 perks, you're going to want to be on the lookout for Bloody Mess, Lady Killer / Black Widow, as well as Lone Wanderer in order to continue scaling the damage of these weapons. The next item that we're going to be looking at is called the Righteous Authority.
Respect my authority!
And this is obtained from a quest given by Paladin Dance, who can be found at the Cambridge Police Station. As you are making your way to Diamond City, you will most likely encounter a radio broadcast that will lead you to a side quest called Fire Support. Once you get that quest, you should activate it, and it'll take you straight to where the Brotherhood of Steel is holed up and fighting off waves and waves of ghouls that are assaulting their fortification. You lend them the assistance, and then speak with Paladin Dance, who will then offer to take you inside where you can top up on ammunition and get yourself healed up and start the next phase of the mission. It's at this point that he will take you on a sweep through ArcJet systems. Just follow the quest along, and as soon as you have obtained the item that he is looking for, he will greet you outside and trade you his righteous authority for the item in question. And as a bonus unique item, don't forget to pick up the junk jet that can be located as you pass through this area. I didn't include it in this list because I don't find it particularly useful, but it's there. Make sure you pick it up. Just in case you were not able to come across the radio signal, the Cambridge Police Station can be located here, just north of Diamond City before the river, and just a little bit southeast of Drumlin Diner. Now, the reason that this item has been included on this list is because if you are trying for a build that focuses around getting critical strikes and doing maximum damage with critical strikes, this weapon has the lucky prefix attached to it, which means you get double damage on your critical hits and your critical meter fills 15% faster. This will make your critical build a bulldozer. So I would highly suggest this one if that's the type of playstyle that you're looking for. Additionally, if you wish to run as either a pistol user or a rifle user, this weapon can be modified for either. If you want to use this as a pistol, all you have to do is modify any one of the grips onto it instead of a stock. And if you wish to use the rifleman perk, then you would want to use a stock instead of a grip. Now, as far as perk selection goes, as I stated before, this is an exceptional critical build, so anything in the luck tree pretty much complements this weapon. Your better criticals, Grim Reaper Sprint, Four Leaf Clover, Critical Banker, all of these things really help this weapon to shine. Additionally, the specific weapon damage perks such as Gunslinger, if you're using a grip, or Rifleman, if you're using a stock, will come in very handy. And then, of course, there are the perks such as Black Widow and Lone Wanderer, which just increase everybody's. The next item that I would like to discuss with you is going to be quite possibly one of my favorite items in the whole game. It is an armor item known as the Freefall Legs. Now, if you're like me, and you don't care for the power suit because you don't like the thunk, thunk, thunk everywhere you go, you don't like the HUD, you don't like losing your Pip-Boy light every time your frickin' helmet gets destroyed, well, these are great because these are a set of combat armor legs that when worn together will let you fall from any height without taking any kind of damage. And if you're anything like me, you just love jumping off of high buildings. I mean, why bother taking a vertibird to get off of the Pridwin here when you can just run to the edge, yell Geronimo, and end up at the bottom without taking any damage whatsoever? In order to acquire these luscious legs, you're going to want to come to the Mass Fusion building, which can be located here. It is just northeast of Swan's Pond, just southwest of Pikman's Gallery, and a bit northeast of Diamond City, as you can see here. And it is to the southeast, almost in a straight line from Sanctuary. Now, whenever you first arrive at this location, you'll be greeted by some gunners in the main lobby. You're going to want to take care of them, and if you're quick enough or stealthy enough, you can take out the guy that is sleeping in the room that has the trash bin. He actually activates those turrets that you see in there when you first arrive. If you can keep him from activating them, you won't even have to fight him. In fact, they'll be invulnerable to any of your damage otherwise. Now, there is a point in the main story that will actually bring you to this building, and if you're at that point or beyond it, this elevator will be accessible. Otherwise, you're going to have to do this the hard way. So once you have cleared this area out, starting from the entrance, you want to head back into the room that had the guy who controls the turrets in this area. and just to the left of him you will see a trash bin laying on the ground. Now you want to pick this thing up, and whether you're going up the elevator or going the other way, make sure you bang it on everything and drop it as you're going too. That's lots of fun. But you're going to want to carry it over to that cylindrical elevator shaft, and then you want to position yourself. Well, before you start that, you want to set the canister down, and then you want to do a quick save because this is going to be tiresome. Now, once you've done that, you want to pick up the trash can and then get it to where it's underneath you a little bit, and then set it down and pick it back up again. And once you pick it back up, you'll gain the ability to magically scale walls, as you see here. Now, I flew way past my target point for this, but you can, as long as you get up above this glass ceiling right here, you'll be okay for the next part. Now you want to get yourself into a nice position, get yourself healed up and everything, set your trash can down. I do not advise quick saving with the trash can picked up because it tends to bounce off when you reload a save. And then do this again. You're going to pick it up, get the trash can underneath you a little bit, set it down, and then pick it back up again. And this is going to again allow you to shoot up the wall with very ease. And this will be the fun part right here, because get ready to see the load screen over and over and over again. So on this attempt right here, I got quite a bit of the ways up the wall and then ended up on another ledge, so I just went ahead and quick saved there because, hey, progress is progress, right? I made the mistake of having the trash can picked up whenever I did this quick save, so half the time when I would load it, the trash can would bounce off. Now, as you're scaling the wall, you want to see this area right here, the damaged area. That's when you want to start working your way around to the other side. And this is the area that has the safe containing the Freefall Legs. If you have gotten past the point in the main story, you can get up here from that room right there using a set of power armor with a jetpack on it. Now, it can be frustrating enough just to get up here and get the items, but the next bit of frustration is going to come if you are the kind of person that's obsessive about having armor that matches. If you want a particular style of combat armor from this right here, as soon as you enter into this room, the contents of that safe are spawned. And it's completely random whether you will get heavy combat, sturdy, whatever. There's actually 4 different looks that you can get out of this chest. So if you want to get the best set, which I think is heavy combat armor because it's got the best resistances, plus it looks nice, you're going to have to keep reloading your quick save and scale the wall over and over and over again in order to get the combination that you want, or keep doing the jetpack jump until you get the combination that you want. Again, it's completely random which set you're going to get, so best of luck to you in trying to get the ones you want. You should also be aware that you need to equip both of them together in order to get the effect. Equipping one will not prevent you from taking fall damage, but it will reduce the fall damage that you take using just one by 50%. Item number 4 on our list of wasteland wonders is going to be the Overseer's Guardian. Now, essentially this is just a 2-shot combat rifle, but farming for a 2-shot weapon can be pretty painful, so this is an easy way to guarantee one. You'll want to get this by heading to Vault 81, which can be found pretty much directly west of Diamond City. It's just across a little pond there. And you're going to want to come prepared with either a very high charisma in order to pass a significantly difficult charisma check, or you're going to want to bring 3 fusion cores with you in order to trade with them and to get in. So once you've gotten through, you want to head straight to the back and take the elevator downstairs to the main part of Vault 81. You want to come out of the elevator and head to the right, and in this room right here you will find a vendor named Alexis Combs. You want to speak with her, and she will have the Overseer's Guardian for sale, as well as a number of other items that might be worth your attention. Now, like I said before, this item is essentially just a 2-shot combat rifle. As you can see by the comparison here, that the only difference between these two items when completely kitted out with the same mods is the price. Other than that, they are identical. Now, the Overseer's Guardian is a very versatile weapon and can be used in a number of different configurations. Here you see me using it as a short-range automatic assault rifle, and it just absolutely wrecks. Now, I don't have the commando perk on this character, so I'm not doing nearly the damage you could be doing. I prefer to use it myself as a medium to long-range sniper rifle, which is semi-automatic, so it's nice because you don't have to do that constant reload animation on like a hunting rifle. And it could also be used in a medium to short range semi-automatic combat rifle scenario, which would be just as devastating. So you can use either rifleman or commando to augment this weapon to significant degrees. Now, the effect that this rifle has is that it fires 2 projectiles for the price of 1, but it's important to note that it does not do double damage. The damage calculation is actually pretty complex, but suffice it to say it adds roughly 60% additional damage to each shot. Last but certainly not least on our list of items here is going to be Pikman's Blade. Now, this weapon is special in that it has a modification on it called Stealth Blade that cannot be obtained anywhere else. There are several items throughout the game that have modifications such as these, so you want to be on the lookout for them. But this modification can be applied to any other type of combat knife. And what makes that particularly useful is you could, if you wanted, farm up the combat knife of your choice. Let's say you want an instigating combat knife, and then you could apply the Stealth Blade modification to it in order to give you a sort of double legendary effect. The reason that that is possible is because the Stealth Blade has what is essentially the wounding prefix on it. So, for example, on Pikman's Blade here, it has double wounding. It'll do 50 points of bleeding damage for each hit that lands on the target, and that damage stacks. So you can actually wear large enemies down that are very resistant to damage very quickly with a rapid succession of strikes that land multiple wounds on the enemy. In order to acquire this weapon, you are going to want to head to a location called Pikman's Gallery, which can be found right here on the minimap. If you haven't already reached this area, then you're going to want to approach it from a northerly direction because it's tucked into an alleyway, and if you hit it from any other side, you won't be able to find it all that easily. Now, there are numerous different ways to gain this item. If you happen to have master locking ability, then it'll be easy because you can walk in, make an immediate left, and the leftmost painting on the wall you'll be able to activate, which will reveal a safe behind it. You can pick that safe and just take the blade if you're not interested in completing the quest and you just want the item. If you would like to do the quest, master locking ability will still come in useful because there is a passageway that you can unlock in order to circumvent a lot of the upstairs portion. Failing that, you're going to have to run through the building entirely until you can get all the way down to the bottom, where you will encounter Pikman being picked on by a bunch of pickers. You'll want to either let them kill him and then you can loot the key off of him, but if you do so, you won't get any kind of quest marker pointing you back to the safe where the item is at. Or you can rescue Pikman and get the key directly from him, and as a third alternative, you can just kill him yourself and again loot the key from him. Also take a moment to look around the area here because there will be a good magazine as well as a lock-picking bobblehead in this location. Now, if you have chosen to do the quest and you have ended up down in the basement, in order to get back to the area, you're going to have to leave through this little side stairs and come back around and enter through the front door once again. And that is going to do it for this list. I'm sorry that this video took so long to get out to you, but I've got new editing software that I've been trying to learn. And on top of that, apparently Adobe Premiere likes to crash every other 20 minutes, and half the time I was losing what it was I was doing. So if this seems to have jumped around a little bit or seemed disjointed, my apologies. I hope you found all of this useful. And as usual, have a very nice day. Oh yeah, and do all the liking and the subscribing stuff. Peace.